Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to focus on the 4 types of context. In the previous video, we go through the definition of context, and we say that context means the environment of the text, the whole circumstances, the whole conditions, and the whole details about the text, like the speaker, the audience, the time, the location where the text is said, and the occasion. All of these details will lead us to the perfect explanation of the text. Today we have to focus on some other details regarding the types of context that again will lead us to the perfect explanation and interpretation of a text. First, we have the linguistic context. Linguistic context includes the explanation of a number of words and expressions. First, we have the deictic words, we have the cotext, and we have the collocations. Deictic words simply means the words that will be different in meaning based on different context. It includes time expressions, person expressions, place expressions, and spatial expressions. We will give some examples for each. Once we say time expressions, like when we say now and then, in some texts, we have to explain what is the meaning of now. Does it refer to now as a season, for example, now as a time of the day, now as night or daytime? Then, what is the meaning of then? Does it mean after an hour? Does it mean next week? Does it mean next month? Of course, all of these different meanings will be given to us based on different texts. So these and some other words and expressions are called the time expressions. Sometimes we have person expressions like the whole pronouns that we have. For example, when we have I, they, myself, and so on, all the pronouns that we know, all of them will refer to different people based on different texts. So who are the they? What is the meaning of myself in this text? It refers to this person or to that person. It refers to this girl or to that boy, and so on. Then we have spatial expressions, like when we say, for example, here and there. Of course, here refers to a meaning that must be different from one context to another, and there it refers to a place, it refers to a situation. It depends on the text that we are talking about. The place expressions, like when we say this, that, those, and these, okay? This, that, those, and these, all of them actually refer to different meanings based on different text. So sometimes we refer to an object by saying this or that, or we refer to a group of things, or we refer to a group of people. It depends on the text. So for the linguistic context, its job is to let's say translate or explain the exact meaning of deictic words. And this is the first job of the linguistic context. The other factor regarding the linguistic context is the cotext. And simply, cotext is, as we referred to it in the previous video, cotext means the surrounding words of a particular word or an expression that lead us to the exact meaning of this word. In linguistic context, we have to look at the preceding and the following text. This will help us a lot to reach the exact meaning of the text. So once we say cotext, it means the aforementioned sentences, the previous expressions, the preceding and the following texts. So sometimes in a story, in a novel, in a speech, we can't understand a particular quotation unless we go back and forth to the previous and the previous and the following words. I'll give you something like an example. So, for instance, I have a quotation here taken from a novel. I can't understand the exact meaning of this quotation unless I go back to some sentences here. I mean, in the previous text, and some other sentences here in the following text. This will lead us to a good explanation for the text. The last factor of the linguistic context is the collocations. Okay, once we say collocations, we mean by habitual juxtaposition of particular words with another. Actually, for the collocations, it means that we used to find two words or three words all the time with each other. And by the end, we go through the meaning of this expression in this particular text. Like, for example, when we say take, this verb is appeared actually in most cases with risk. So by the end, we say that this is a collocation. It means that I have to take an action, even if the action is a risky one, but I have to take an action to reach something. Like, for example, bite, teeth. This is another collocation that is appeared in English language. Two words appeared with each other. Like when we say, for example, give advice. Again, this is another collocation that we have. In Arabic, we have a huge number of collocations where we find some words that appear with each other, and all of them have some values, some social meanings, cultural meanings. Like when we say, for example, منطقة محظورة, or when we say زيت وزعتر, okay? Or when we say بنت وولد, okay? So all of these collocations are appeared in Arabic language, and they have their cultural and let's say social expressions. So the first type of context is the linguistic context. Again, if we go through the meanings of such words, I mean the deictic words, the collocations, and the context, this will help us a lot to arrive or to reach the explanation of a text. The other type of context is called the situational context. And here we have to look at the situation of the context or the environment of the text. The environment includes a place, time, the people inside this text, the speaker, the audience, the relationship between them. This is so important to reach the relationship between the participants of the text. This will help us to know that, for example, if the speaker is a leader, so I will understand that the audience, maybe the laborers, maybe armies, soldiers, and this will help us to understand some expressions or to understand some words. Anyhow, we have some headings, some basic headings in understanding the situational context. We have the field. It means the goal of context. Then we have the tenor and we have the mood. Let's start with the field. We say field means the goal of the text. Actually, we have here to know what the subject matter and what is the abstract of the text. It's so important before going through analyzing a text or analyzing a discourse to discover that this text is political, economical, religious, or about sport, or it is an academic one. This will help us to let's say, to go through a way of explanation. So if it is political, for example, I have to aware of some political theories, political opinions, and so on. If it is economical, I have to aware of some statistics, some percentages, some numbers, and so on. So the first point in situational context that I have to understand for the text is the goal, or the, let's say, the subject of the text. The other one is the tenor. It's so important to know who is speaking this text and to whom. I have to discover who is the speaker and who is the audience. This will help me a lot in understanding the text. The other one is the mode. It means I have to go through the analysis by knowing how the text is said. Is it spoken or is it written? Because actually we will understand a particular speech that is written in a piece of paper. We will understand it like 50%. But actually, if we listen to the speaker of this speech, we will understand, let's say, 70% of the speech. And if we watch this speech through a video or a TV or something like that, through a visual tool, we can reach more than 90% of the speech. What I need you to know is that the way of presenting the text will play a big role in understanding the text itself. And this is a part of the situational context. The third type is the cultural context. This is actually the most important part of context that lead us to the exact meaning of a text. It deals with factors of the culture. Like I have to take care of the culture of the society or the community of the speaker and the audience, where the context, where the text is said, in which country, in which town, for whom, what kind of people are this? I have to study some of their beliefs, norms, values, and social practices to understand some particular expressions and vocabularies. I have to take care of some factors like the social role of the speaker. Is he the leader of his society or not? The social status of him, if he is married, if he's single. Suppose that there is a speech about the divorced women, for example, and the speaker is married. I don't think that the speech will succeed unless the speaker is divorced as well, because she will be able to deliver a good message or a perfect message about the context. The sex as well, I mean the gender and the age. The gender and the age of the speaker, if it is close to the gender and the age of the audience, this will help a lot in understanding the text. The last type of context is the physical context. What I mean by physical is the actual location. I have to think in the way that the speech is taking place indoor or outdoor, in public place or private place, in luxurious place or in simple place, warm or cold, dark or light, crowded or quiet. All of these circumstances, all of these conditions will help us to understand the text, to understand some expressions mentioned in the text. Like, for example, if the speaker starts his speech by saying, it's lovely weather today, I have to understand why he mentions that, maybe because of the place that was outdoor, and it is, for example, the end of winter time or something like that. And sometimes the physical context will lead us or will force us to speak in some particular ways rather than in some other ways, whether if we are in public, for example, places, or in simple places. This is the end of this video. I hope you get a benefit from. Thank you.